Hi everyone, I am Valeria back again with another Awaken Chaos Era video. Have you guys completed your Void Tower Hut floors? If you are currently stuck at the floor Void Tower Hut floor 60, then this video will be the solution for you. So let's head over to the Void Tower Hut. So I have already just completed the Void Tower Hut floor 60, and before I forget, let me show you the team that I used to clear that floor. And these are the heroes that I used to clear floor Void Tower 60. I have Valeria, Bran, Evera, and Ciara. Valeria is my Fire Affinity Nuker, Evera is my Wood Affinity Nuker, and Ciara will be my Water Affinity Nuker. And Bran will be supporting these three ladies with his attack up buff, defense up buff, and his AoE shield. And for the spells, I'll be using Water Prison to crowd control Lightwing Secretary on the floor, and Suddenly Purgatory is to apply the AoE defense down so that the enemies will receive more damage from all of these AoE nukers. Alright, and for Suddenly Purgatory to work, you need to have the hero to have some high amount of focus to be able to apply to prevent the enemies from resisting it. And if you do not have these heroes, I'll recommend you some alternative. Such as for Bran, if you don't have a AoE attack above supporter, you can always use the Epic Wood Affinity hero with Wind Strikes. That's the alternative, or you can use one of the Elite Orc hero who is also capable of applying speed up buff and I think attack up buff. And apart from that, if you do not have a Ciara, you can use this opportunity to get her from the Battle Pass. Or else, if you're a free-to-play player, you can use the legendary water hero, who is a Hydrisia. She is quite a powerful legendary hero because her special ability as well as her ultimate ability is capable of applying AoE attacks. And if you do not have Hydrisia, you can go for the epic hero, who is a Natalia.
This is gonna be so much fun.
Yes. So for Natalia, she's a powerful AoE nuker as well. If you are able to get her in I think guard set to provide her with a shield, so that she will automatically activate her passive skill to provide the attack up buff as well as the immune buff. And if you don't have a Valeria, then probably you can use Garano, who is Garano. I think she was available during the special banner, where you'll be able to, I think, get her on the second PT as a guaranteed legendary hero. So these are some of the heroes that you can use. For Evera, probably I think you can use Garano if you build Garano as a strong attacker. Let's go. Alright, so these are the attacker heroes that you can use. Alright, so let me give you a quick refresher on what are the enemies on floor 60. So for floor 60, you will encounter these 4 heroes. The first one will be Light Nicholas, second will be Black Horn, third will be CC, and finally fourth will be Lightwing Secretary. The most annoying hero here will be Lightwing Secretary because each time you attack him, he has a 50% chance to gain a bonus turn, and he can gain multiple bonus turns within that round itself. So this makes it quite challenging because once he gains a bonus turn, on the next turn after your attacker nukers, he'll be able to use his ultimate ability to wipe out your team. And another annoying thing will be the Light Nicholas. If he gains a death immunity buff after you nuke these heroes and there are some surviving allies, he will gain a death immunity which prevents you from nuking him out. So this will pose quite a challenge. Alright, for the current Void Tower rotation, there are 2 unique Rune Marks. The first one would be Battle Spirit. So basically what this means is the enemy will gain 1 Battle Spirit for each turn they take. And each Battle Spirit will allow them to deal 3% of the max health as true damage to your heroes. So this means that if you try to use a tank team against them, it'll be quite difficult because they'll deal like about 150% true damage based on the max health, which makes it very difficult even with Nitasia as your reviver. And the second Rune Mark makes it even more difficult for Void Tower Heart, because once their health drops below 50%, the damage will be doubled. So probably it will double up this true damage as well, which makes the tank team not so useful in this current Void Tower Heart rotation. So what are the prerequisites for this team to work? So you need to gear them very decently well with every set, especially for these AoE nukers, because they need a high amount of damage. And every set will allow these AoE nukers to deal 50% more damage to the enemies. And also, you need to build them with, I think, more than 160 or 165 speed to go before the enemies. This is a requirement if you're not using wind strikes in your team. And all of these heroes must have at least a basic minimum of more than 4000 attack and more than 200% critical damage to deal massive amount of damage to the enemies. And this is not taking account of the attack above yet. It will be recommended to get at least around about 4500 attack and 250% critical damage to nuke out the enemies in this floor. Alright, so I think that's basically sum up everything. So let me show the team in action. Alright, so now we are on the first wave. So I use Brand to boost up all my heroes' attack up stats. And I do not use any of my heroes' ultimate ability, especially for Valeria and Evera if I'm using Ciara, because when the enemy's health drop below 50%, it will automatically trigger Ciara's passive skill to perform an AoE damage. So this is how I reserve the ultimate abilities for all of my heroes here. And once you reach wave 3, use the Sundering Purgatory on all of the enemies so that they will receive more damage. Then boost up everyone attack stats using Brand ultimate ability. And then you want to use the Water Prison on Awaken Chaos to prevent him from taking his turn in case he gains a bonus turn when Evera's attack. So whenever the enemy's health drop below 50%, it will automatically trigger Ciara's attack and then nuke out a Black Horn. And the third one would, and the third hero would be Valeria. So she manages to nuke out the Lightwing Zachary as well as PC. And finally, Ciara comes in to nuke out the Nicholas there. The reason why Nicholas did not gain this death immunity buff is because he does not have any surviving allies in his team. That's why the death immunity buff does not proc. So this is the better result of how much the damage dealt, damage taken, as well as the healing dealt. Okay, so let's check out what are the other team formations that other players use to tackle the floor 60. So if you were to click the strategies and formation, you can see they are using basically the same team. Natalia, Brand, Valeria, Evera, Ciara, Rune is quite good. Then they also use like support heroes like Florence, Brand, Beanstrax, as well as Zlux. Alright, so let me show you how I build each of these heroes and how I gear them. So the first hero I have on my team will be Brand. He's there as to support my heroes by providing the attack up buff, defense up buff through his Call of the King ultimate ability, as well as to be able to taunt the enemies to prevent them from attacking my squishy nukers. And he has a useful trait which is known as the Mountain Shelter that provides some shield to prevent the enemies from quickly depleting my allies' health. So here are his total stats. He has close to 19,000 health, 2,000 defense, 185 speed, and most importantly 80 to 100% focus to prevent the enemies from not resisting that Sundering Purgatory that is applied by Brand. And here is how I gear him. I have him in a Reviver set and a Raider set. Raider set is to provide additional 15 speed, to also speed tune him to go first in the battlefield. And Reviver set is to allow him to restore 10% of his health or 20% with under 50% health. This is useful when he's taunting the enemies and the enemies are attacking him instead of his squishy allies. So let me quickly go through the equipment stats. You can pause the video to check them out. So this is the weapon, helmet, chest plate, speed boots, defense ring, and a health necklace. So the stats that you want to primarily focus for Void Tower Heart will be health, will be speed first. To speed him to go first, speed, focus, then health and defense. The more health he has, the bigger the shield he can generate to apply it to his allies. The second hero I have here is Valeria. She's my UE Nuker for the Fire Affinity against the Wood Affinity heroes as well as the Fire Affinity enemies. So here are her total stats. She has around about above 4000 attack stats, 100% critical rate, 220% critical damage. And the most important part is her speed must be above 160 or 165 speed. And the rest does not matter. As long as you get her attack more than 4000, more than 200 critical damage, 100% critical rate for guaranteed critical damage against the enemy, and high amount of speed. And she's geared in a warrior set and every set. Warrior set provides additional 15% attack. Every set allows her to deal 50% bonus damage when attacking over an area, but this one can only trigger once per round. So basically means that if she manages to wipe out the enemy with her Eye of the Cursed One, her second ability that she will use, Scarlet Fist, will not deal additional 50% damage from the every set. So let me quickly show you how what are the stats for each of these piece of equipment. You can pause the video to look at it. So this is the weapon, helmet, chest plate, attack boot, speed boots, critical rate ring, as well as attack necklace. If your pieces of gear doesn't have much speed stats on them, you can substitute it with speed boots. However, if you have good pieces of gear that has a lot of speed substats, like this one, then you can substitute these speed boots with attack boots, as long as you hit the minimum speed of more than 160 or 165 speed. As usual, all of my heroes are glyphed out as well as their abilities. So let's move on to the third hero. This is my third hero, who is Evera. She's the Wood Affinity hero who deals massive amount of damage against Water Affinity heroes. So here are her total stats. She has around about 4400 attack, 100% critical rate, 250% critical damage, and 181 speed. And she's, I think, the second person to go after Brand, and just before Valeria. So I also equip her in every set, and if I manage to get her with a Raider set, then I'll be able to use the additional speed to substitute it for more attack or more critical damage. So let me quickly show you the equipment stats here. So this is the weapon, helmet, chest plate, speed boots, attack ring, and attack necklace. Based on your substats, right, you can switch this to either a critical rate if you're lacking critical rate substats, or you can use a attack ring or critical damage ring if you have a lot of critical rate substats. And her glyphs and abilities are all maxed out as well, similar to the other heroes. Alright, let's move on to the final hero, who is Ciara. So this is my Ciara. I obtained her from the Void Tower hut by completing those floors, and as you notice, I have her ascended. So basically the ascension is obtained through the battle pass, as that's my additional copy. So here are her overall stats. She has around about 3800 attack, 100% critical rate, 267% critical damage, and 171 speed. So she goes 4th in the team. Alright, so these are her gears, nothing that great. So basically I also have her in every set, and in order to further boost her attack stats, I will have this as a pair of like Raider sets, so she'll boost up her speed, and I'll use the additional speed to find for a better gear that provide more attack substats. So let me quickly go through the equipment stats here. So this is the weapon, helmet, chest plate, speed boots, critical damage ring, and finally attack necklace. Her glyphs and abilities are all maxed out as well. So there you have it. Hopefully you guys get an idea on how to clear the current Void Tower hard rotation. Even though if you do not have my heroes, you can use the alternative heroes that I have recommended in the earlier of this video. So you'll be able to complete these challenges easily. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't, and also ring the notification bell to stay up to date whenever I upload a new video to this channel. And do check out the video description for some hidden promo codes if you haven't, because you can use them to redeem some goodie rewards. And if you like to support my work, as usual, you can head over to my patreon.com/Ayumilove to be a patron there, or you can donate to me directly through PayPal. And if you'd like to learn more about Awaken Chaos Era, I have a website which is known as ayumilove.net. You can check there to find more information of these heroes. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you'll be able to clear this Void Tower hard rotation. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, and also take care.